dear Capricorn, this is a love reading, a prediction for the month of May with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. And I'm reading in the order of the sign that showed the channel most appreciation in the April love readings by liking, commenting, subscribing, becoming members, donating and watching the ads. So thank you Capricorn for all the love. And if you want to help out the channel without watching ads, you can become an extended member to the channel and get these readings ahead of time and ads free. And I'm also doing spiritual growth readings for all the members to the channel and personal readings for the full members. Subscribe and then check this out through the join button or follow the link in the description box to learn more. And this will be a love reading for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising sign and Venus, Vedic or tropical. The reading can go both ways. The drama is the same, but it can be different castings to the different roles by the universe. So when I tell you that this is you, it might as well be the person or the situation you are dealing with. I usually read for the empath side of the story within this dynamic. But also remember that the other person holds up a mirror of your shadow. So use your own intuition and recognition to determine who is who in this reading for you. I can also recommend that you watch the previous love reading for April because that's the energy right now, and this will be the prediction for May. I will start shuffling your cards, and I use the Golden Universal Tarot with Roberto De Angelis. Okay, so when I open your deck here, I see 5 of Cups together with 5 of Swords in the reverse. So someone is sad here. They wish things wouldn't have gone in the way that it did, and that they could do something about it. No, they know they can't change the past. But maybe they're regretting some words that being said or some actions, and it's a little bit powerless. It's like, I can't do anything about it. I wish I would have been doing things different in the past, but right now I don't know what to do about this situation. Okay, so I call the divine with love and light. And here we have a Knight of Pentacles in the reverse with the 5 of Swords. So I'm thinking this person makes it a little bit easy for themselves to let themselves off the hook. It's very easy for them to fall into hopelessness and like it's no idea. They are also like giving up to the sense that they have control over themselves and their own behavior. It's like, okay, I said this crap, what can I do about it now? So it's really not constructive. The person could say instead, okay, I did these things. Next time I will try to stay sharp, I will try to stay aware and not fall into that pitfall to say those words just because it feels good in that moment when I know I'm going to regret it later. So they can take the foot a little bit longer instead of just giving up to, okay, so I'm useless. What can I do about it? Nothing. Okay. So I call the 4 archangels. Sorry if I'm repeating myself. And here we have the 6 of Swords with the 5 of Swords in the reversed. Okay, so this shows that the person might have had this attitude in the beginning, but here I'm seeing some more willingness to actually solve a situation, to try and fix it. So their survival skill in the past might have been to just give up and not try any harder, or just, okay, so this is what it is, and just let things fall to pieces around them. But here, with the 6 of Swords, with the 5 of Swords also in the reverse, showing that the person actually would want, they didn't feel the breeze of victory towards their face when they said or did some bad thing. They actually got bad consequences out of it, so they regret it. They regret the attack or the assault or the words or the deeds. And here with the 6 of Swords, they are actually trying to find a way to do it better next time. So I'm seeing a change with this person. Okay, so 6 elements, earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and ether, to join us here today and to give us a clear view reading for my dear Capricorn viewers. We want my dear Capricorn to have love in their life and to find themselves. Here we have Capricorn in the reversed and Empress. So now I think I'm seeing you. You're not too impressed by this. I think you still love the person. You still have a lot of empathy for the person, but you're not going to let them get to you, or you're not going to let them steal your stuff, steal your dignity, steal your time, whatever it is. So you have learned something, but your emotions is probably still the same. And with the 8 of Cups here in reverse, you might start to want a reconciliation or want things to be fixed, but you're not doing anything about it because logically you feel like if we would try to fix the situation, the person would do the same stupid thing again. I would get disappointed again, so I don't want to engage in another round. So it's a lot of with swords here, 4 of swords, 5 of swords, 6 of swords. This is a Libra energy. You also have Aquarius and Gemini energy with the other swords card. So you might be dealing with an air person, but mostly it's about how people solve their problems. If they actually think and are aware enough to find another way forward or try an alternative thing instead of doing the same thing that didn't work in the past. And you are trying here. You feel maybe a little bit captivated by your own heart and your own empathy. That feels a lot of love, and even like almost like on a mother level towards this person with the Empress there. But in the same time, with the Capricorn card, King of Pentacles in the reverse, you also show that you're not going to let this a person take bits and pieces of you. So you can love them, but maybe on a distance. It seems like your decision, or to not engage too much in their drama or their problems or their issues. It's like maybe like letting the person become a little bit less important in your life. So I will just tune in for a few seconds here to you and the person most on your mind and your relationship in May. So this is the new bottom of the deck, and we have the Knight of Wands in the upright position. So this is a good energy here. It's a person having hope and feeling more self-confident and having some creative ideas how to do things in the future. But the Knights usually don't have much experience, so they tend to do a lot of mistakes. But at least here we can see some, instead of that bitter, I give up kind of energy we saw in the beginning, we're now seeing like someone that gets a little bit air under their wings. And the old bottom, it's the 10 of Wands. So 10 of Wands in reverse is when we are putting down a large burden. I think you have put down the burden of this person. And the person have put down the burden of their, like them being the victim to the situation, or like I'm hopeless, I can't better myself, so what's the use? I'm thinking they are kind of shelving that survival skill for now and trying something else, so that's a nice thing. And if you wonder why I'm all purple today, it's because I have, I'm taking care of my horses. This will probably stay for a couple of days, and my horse looks the same. Okay, so it's antibacterial for treating wounds and small wounds and stuff. Okay, so this is what's on your mind about the person most on your mind, and this is the situation with said person. This is what's on their mind with you. This is your feelings towards them, the situation or the bond between you two, and this is their feelings towards you. This is your behaviors and attitudes, the outcome for May, and their behaviors and attitudes. So we start with the situation here, and we have death. it seems like you might have been breaking up over these issues, maybe the Five of Swords, whatever happened there. And it's a really cold sense here anyway. I'm feeling it's Capricorn that's have had enough. So I'm feeling like teeth that being like really pressed together, and a person is like enough is enough. So I'm thinking it's a lot of tiredness. We also saw that with the Ten of Wands in the reverse. I can't take more of this BS, I'm sorry. Death calls for transformation, that okay, we have tried this as far as it was able to go, now we need to try something else. That's death. And the transformation phase in between can be very hard for people. They are so used to doing things in a certain way that they don't know how to do it in any other way. So that leaves like a vacuum where the person can feel hopeless and not find solutions for how to deal with their situation in a more in a less problematic way. I actually was getting the information about a person that had an accident. They had a really messy life, and they had a real gruesome accident where they fell about 20 meters down to the ground. And after that, they totally changed personality because the old way didn't work for them, and it's also what caused the accident. And that is like death card. You can't do things in the old way anymore. Like it calls for change. The divine is saying, okay, this doesn't work. Now we try something else. And you get like a crude awakening. So it can be someone breaking up, or an accident happening, or you can be laid off at work, or recognize that you have got some disease that you need to deal with, or it can be different things. But it's usually something physical that's happening on the outside, forcing us to look at ourselves and transform. And here we have what's on your mind, about the person most on your mind. And we have the World card, and it's in the reverse. So the World card is the last card in the major arcana. So it's more death, like ending, than the actual death card. But it also talks about eternity, because when you die from this place, you take certain things with you, like the love you had for people and animals and the world, and also experiences, like what you have learned. You take it with you, so your soul is eternal, but it's like an end of a phase. But it's usually a beautiful ending. Most people that have had near-death experience, they have talked about this being a wonderful experience. It's like coming home. So it has also to do with the eternal soul connection between people. And here I think you acknowledge that there is an eternal soul connection between you and this other person. You just don't want it to be with the World card in the reversed, and you would wish for some kind of closure or something to take you out of this hell, but I think you haven't found it just yet. So I hear some melodies, so I paused and wrote it down. I will put them in the description box, okay? And this is this person's, what's on their mind about you. And we have the Sun in the reversed. So you kind of have the same experience here. It's just that previously you were this person's, like their light in their life, the one that came with smart solutions and were having a positive attitude and brought miracles to their life. And then you didn't want to do that anymore, or the sun got cold on them, or came into the clouds. So it's a disappointment with you, and almost a little bit anger with you for not giving them what you previously gave them, is what I'm feeling. So I'm thinking they are a little bit more still in the relationship than you are. You have stepped out a little bit more. You have both death and World card there. This is the holy matrimony. It's in the reversed. So I think you have probably been a little bit more tormented by this connection than what this other person have been. They probably, were upset of making a lot of mistakes and not seemingly being able to change. But you were the one taking the consequences of a lot of those mistakes. So it was a little bit more hard on you. So for them, it's more like, what? Can't you take more of my crap? Why not? I thought you said you loved me, or I thought you said you would be here for me. So you get tired of me now. Okay. So that's how much your love was worth. Kind of like that. A little bit childish, but it's okay. It's a child on a white horse. So it's at least we have the white horse here. So people know why things is happening. Like this is the action and that was the consequence. So it's not like a big mystery why things have happened. It's just that maybe the person would wanted you to have like a longer patience with them and put up with their crap. Probably it made them feel very loved. It can be that this is this person's survival skill to do a lot of crappy things and look when other people clean up their mess and feel, oh, they love me so much. Oh, how wonderful. So, and it's good maybe to not feed that anymore. They need to find other ways to be loved, like self-love can be a good idea here. And the songs, it was Torn to Pieces. I'm torn to pieces. I think it's this person that's singing this song. And then for you, it was Lift Me Up Above This. I didn't say because, frankly, I'm a little bit tired of these songs coming through. But it's fine. It's what it is. If they are good with bringing messages, I shouldn't censor them in any way. And this is the bond between you two. And it's justice here. So again, it's very harsh and crude like directions from the divine and also from you. I think that now it needs to be balanced. It can't go on with this lopsided kind of energy where one does all the screwing up and the other one does all the cleaning up. So it's time to take this up a notch to make it a little bit more challenging. So that people will live up to higher expectations from their own souls and also the divine. So it means that we go through a challenge and we change, much like the person I told you about that fell 20 meters to the ground. So maybe this is 11-story building, justice, and to fall down from it can be a very crude awakening, but then you realize, okay, I need to change my ways. Sometimes justice comes when a person have had enough and for example divorcing or ending a relationship, and it also comes for ultimatums, like if you can't improve, I'm going to have to move on. But it's an omen of good news because it shows that the divine is with us and wants us to live better life and is helping us to do so by not giving us what we want but what we need. So if this person need to fall down from a 20-story building to change their life, that's what the divine is going to help them with. Or if this person needs to be left abandoned, when previous they were showered with love, they needed that to wake up and change their behavior. So justice is very supporting, but it can seem cruel for the person being in the midst of it. And here we have this one. I have been talking about the Tower a lot without it actually being here, both with the Death card and justice. This with like the crude awakening that makes us change direction, but also falling from a high-story building. And here we see the Tower in the reverse. So it feels like it's a Tower moment that you have control over. It's instigated by you. You don't want this anymore. You're tired of it. The Ten of Wands that we saw, putting down the burden, not wanting to do this game anymore. So now it's your turn to be self-destructive or destructive towards this relationship, but it's because you have done everything you can for now, and there's not much more you can do without starting to really harm yourself and steal of your own energy. Maybe you have already done that a little bit to light your own candle in both ends to compensate for the other person's lack of input of tranquil and beautiful harmonious energy. When one person destroys, the other one needs to build up, and then they destroy and you build up, and that will take a toll on you because you need to be building for both of you instead of there's being two people helping. And that's what the Justice card is all about. Both people needs to be invested in the relationship and try to build it up. If one is self-destructive and doesn't change, there will come a point when the relationship can be no more. So we can see up to now there has only been major arcana cards. So it shows that really the divine has taken over the steering wheel here. So even if you would want to stay and be the doormat to this other person, the divine wouldn't let you. So also remember, if the other person is the one that have broke up with you, maybe because you finally started to put up boundaries, rejection is God's protection here. They are the one breaking up this situation or putting up the ultimatums that this needs to change or we can't go on like this. So, and here we have the other person's feelings, and it's the 8 of Cups in the reverse that also came for you earlier. So I think like both of you really want to be together, but it's an unhealthy want and need. You want back what you had here. So this is like walking away from what we have. And 8 of Cups in the reverse is like a rubber band. It's when we come as a boomerang back to the situation and feel like, oh, it was kind of nice. Like even when they pulled my hair or they did this awful thing with a friend of mine, it was really, really nice at times. I've forgotten all the things that was not so nice, so I would want to come back. And it's 8, so it's a karmic situation. It's a situation where we want to relive it, or we don't want to, but we helplessly relive it again and again, and we are drawn to reliving it because we are drawn to a certain type of people that will help us relive the drama. For example, if you want someone responsible, you will be drawn towards someone irresponsible because your drama or trauma is to not get what you want and not get support and not get help. So you will want to have a helpful person, but you will choose a non-helpful person. That's your karma. And you do it free willingly. It's your attraction says, this is nice. They are not helpful at all. This will be wonderfully awful. And this is what this person is feeling right now as well. They are drawn back to this situation, even if it was a negative one, because there are things still, there's wounds, trauma, karma, drama still there in place, projections, attachments, things that we haven't solved. And the best way to solve them is not when we don't see them, because everything is nice, we live in paradise. It's when we are in the midst of the crisis. Then it's easier to see, okay, this is my problem. This is what I'm repeating. This is what I need to work on. This is my wound. This is how I feel broken. This is my fear. Here's my pain. And when we can feel it, it's usually when we are smack in the middle of that kind of drama. And that's why we are reliving the same situation over and over and over again. And this person is willing here to relive it. There's a pull towards the soul wants to heal. So it wants to go into the challenge again to find healing. And healing can be, for example, let's say you're super scared of rejection. And that people won't love you. So you take control. You see to that they reject you from the get-go by you do self-destructive things or destructive things towards the relationship. Because you are fear of abandonment, you destroy things so no one else can take it from you. You already took it from yourself. But here, with the 8 of Cups in the reverse, it might be that the person wants to come back to you. And you are probably going to say no. This is very strict cards. And when you say no, this person will experience abandonment. But then they will realize they survived, and you didn't abandon them because you didn't love them. You abandoned them because you had enough and they didn't love you properly. So that's the kind of realization that they can make, and they can realize that it didn't kill me. I got rejected, but I didn't got killed. It wasn't the end of me, because I'm grown up now and I can take a rejection and I can love myself still, even if nobody else will. So that's the kind of healing that can come out of that situation. That's sometimes why we are called, for example, to reach out to a person that will never ever say yes to us, because we need to train to take the rejection and see that, it wasn't so bad, at least I tried. Okay. And this is what's on your mind. What's your behaviors and attitudes. And we have the 9 of Wands here in the reversed. So it's a little bit on your mind. You're tired. It's 10 of Wands in reverse, 9 of Wands in reversed. You have gone through hell and back. And frankly, you're just tired. If you haven't been tired, you would probably have been able to clean up the mess after this person again and again and again and again and again and again. But the divine didn't want you to. So maybe they put you in this situation so that it would be impossible. Like, this is an impossible person to clean up the mess after, because they make mess after mess after mess after mess. It doesn't come like with 1 year in between. It comes every week or even every day. So that is going to make you tired. You are going to not be able to continue with your codependent actions. It's going to tire you out. It's going to burn you in both ends. And that extreme situation is able to make you see your own pattern. That you're trying to build something with people that isn't trying to build something with you. They're just trying to destroy things between you two. And that's a realization that you need to make and need to see, so you can make another decision that I will start to put effort with the people that actually put efforts back with me, where there's a win-win situation and a two-way street. So not until you are so tired for running into the brick wall over and over and over again, maybe for a half of a lifetime, is when you realize, I can't continue doing this. I need to change my pattern. I need to not be codependent and try to fix other people's problems when they are not trying to fix it themselves at all. And this is the other person's behaviors and attitudes. And we can see that they are not doing much. They would want to come and fix the situation because they want back the son that's been taken away from them, but they're also so scared of rejection, and they are holding both their hands, like sheltering their heart, their penny that they hold so close to their heart. So they don't want to humiliate themselves, they don't want to degrade themselves, and this is the whole point with them. They don't want to humiliate themselves to get proof that they are not worthy of love. They rather self-destruct so that no one can tell this to their face. And they are still taking the same decision. So I don't see this person changing here. I saw when I shuffled the cards that the person were changing. So I think that's the divine plan here, that they're going to have to change. In other case, things will go like worse and worse and worse for them, because they will not have someone picking up what they have destroyed. They will live with the consequences of what they have destroyed, and eventually they will have to take another decision, and 6 of Swords try to fix it. And this is the outcome for May. And we have a Knight of Cups here. Coming from out of the blue. So it kind of comes from your side here, riding towards this side. But this person is the only one that wants to reconcile the relationship. So I think this is your role, your old role. You have always done this, fixed the situation. This person is not prone to fixing it. So I think the outcome for May is like, will this person, like everyone is so tense, it's like silent in the room. Will this person pick up the thing that you put down and now take on a little bit the hero role and fixing it? We don't know, but there's a possibility, and that would be the most simplest and easiest answer to this situation. That the person cave in with their this is the miser, like their sheep attitude, with not giving of themselves. They would give in with that and say, okay, I will apply myself. I will. There will be half the work will be done by me from now on. That would be the easiest answer, and that would be just, everyone would be relieved. Like the divine would say, oh, so they made it, and you would say, finally, after all these years, and this person will be like, now I will have to be brave and show vulnerability, but it's worth it, because I want other people to be vulnerable and show love towards me, so it's worth it. But it's seldom I see that people take these simple decisions. I often see they're taking the more tricky decision to not change and go on in the same routine and spiral downwards instead of upwards, and in the end of their life they will have a lot of regrets. So I'm not super hopeful, but the divine says there's an easy solution. Okay, so we will look into the brutally honest oracle cards and see what this person would want to say to you. I think about you every day, and that we know with the Sun and the Eight of Cups here, that they're a little bit bitter with you for taking your love away, and they would want you back. They miss you when you're gone. And I can't forgive, so I feel that too with the Sun in the reverse. Like you had a good thing going. They were feeling the love. Like every time you pick up the pieces from them, what they have destroyed, they felt the love. So that was a healing situation for them, actually. But it was also a situation that made them a tad bit spoiled, because it's frankly it's the same dynamic. So like when like say a child that just have become aware of all the things that their parents do for them. They come with food, they come with toys, here, drink this, or you really should eat. And they can start to deny the parent the satisfaction of being able to take care of them. So they can, spill out the food. They can out the food from their mouth. They can refuse to drink. They can like smack down the toys to the floor, and maybe they do it laughing, and the parent take it up laughing, and they do it laughing, pushing down the little toy, the car or whatever, and the parent put it up again. But eventually the parents start to get tired and say, okay, so now it's on the floor. So I won't give it to you any more times. And that's what have happened here. This person put down the car on the floor, spit out all the food, and like spilled the drink, didn't refuse the drink. You can take a horse to the watering hole, but you can't force it to drink. We have the white horse here. So it's very pure love in this situation, like from both sides, really. The person loves and admires you, like respects you in a way, because they think that you are better than them, and your love is worth having. Their love is useless. So if you have it or don't have it, it doesn't matter, because what have they to offer you anyway that you don't already have? So they think you are this amazing person that doesn't need their approval. They don't realize you're a person just like them. They have really made you into, like, put you in a parent role like this. And frankly, it's just you have gotten tired of this little child that pushed down the car on the floor all the time. But they can't forgive that you stopped putting up the toy again so they could play with it. So they feel very frustrated with that. And they think that they anger, their tears, their blasphemy, or like whatever little power a little child has to refuse eating, refuse playing with you, whatever they can do, this person will do, because they want to force you back into giving them the love. And then I have a traumatized inner child, and that's probably the reason to why they are not older than like 1-2 years tops in this like in this aspect. something has happened to them. We can become traumatized by becoming too spoiled. We can also become traumatized by people not giving us what we need. This is like there's almost nothing that won't traumatize a child. So even if you're a perfect parent, your child will still be traumatized in one way or the other, because we are so sensitive when we come down to this earth. And it can just be that the parent is preoccupied with cooking food, and the child is like silently sitting in their wet diaper for an hour, not saying anything, and just, oh, they should have been able to read my mind. Now I'm sitting here and it's stinging, and it has been stinging for an hour. They don't love me. So we are so sensitive, so it's so easy to become traumatized. And particularly if we have past life trauma and karma as well, we have already taken certain decisions that we will just continue taking when we come back in a new life. So something has happened to them that stopped their development right in the track where they were like 1 to 2 years old, in the aspect of being able to give something. They are still, this child wants to have proof of love, don't know how to give love. Okay, more than a smile now and then. It can be very charming. I bet they can be super charming and cute and fun. That's the kind of love that that small of a child would be able to give to someone. And not much else. They probably have other sides to them that's much more mature, like a professional side, or other sides to them that's more mature. But on this emotional level, like in a very intimate relationship, they become this very little child. So this is your views. You are ready for commitment, and it's very hard to commit to a 1-year-old. It's going to be a lopsided, unbalanced relationship. It's can't be in any other way. So you can't go to kindergarten and find your marriage material. They will be totally immature. This is what you have done. It's just that the person might look like gray and old, but they aren't. I needed to learn from my own mistakes, and you have done that, running into this brick wall over and over again. You see that you can't, you don't have the power to fix other people. They need to fix themselves. You can help them to a certain degree, but then it's more about tough love and how you can put demands on people so that they can grow. We have all the time in the world. That kind of indicates for me that you are walking away from this person. You're not really letting them go, but you're kind of leaving it up to the divine for what can you more do. You are trying to fix yourself at this point, and you can't fix this other person, because when you do, you spoil them, and that doesn't help. So I will see what the divine wants to say about the future of this relationship. Worth waiting for, and passion. Okay, so there's still a lot of love here. Neither of you could really help that you had this trauma, karma, drama. It came in between your love, but it doesn't mean that you are not people that are like dried out of love or can't love. I think you love each other, but the trauma gets in the way. The drama gets in the way. The karma gets in the way. You get triggered by one another, and you might even see like things with the other person that's not even there. Make up stories because you have fears that you haven't been working through. So I'm thinking it's the time to work on oneself now. It's like a pause. We have all the time in the world worth waiting for. Okay, so this is what the other person would want to say to you from their soul. And we have time. You're trying too hard. Give it time. I'm seeing you are giving up. But we have this Knight of Cups maybe indicating something else. This person still being the miser, and you coming with a cup here because you feel so much passion for them. I don't think that's a good idea. Like, don't try to change this. Leave it up to the divine. And we also have this card here. Sacred union. Honor and treasure your relationship, for it's truly sacred. So I'm not sure that you are like really ending things, forever ending things. It seems like this is a very meaningful relationship from a divine point of view, with all these major arcana cards coming in here. So it's significant relationship, and you might still have things to learn from it. And came one extra, trust. Transformation occurs through acceptance. Once you accept the current situation, it will automatically transform. So when you accept that you tried to commit to a person that was only 1 year old, not on paper, but in maturity level when it comes to these kind of relationships, you might realize that that was not realistic. And when you do that realization, it will be easier for you than to feel victimized by, why couldn't this person have been better? Why couldn't they have given me what I needed? Why did they have to be so hopeless? Now you know they don't have maturity in this area of their life, so they can't give you what you need here. It's like a person said in the comment section, you can't go to an Italian restaurant and ask for sushi. They will be mad at you, or they won't be able to provide. So, Power Thought cards, Louise Hay. And we have, I now create a wonderful new job. So you have had this person like a job, but now you're going to do something else. We have all the time in the world, time and worth waiting for. So you will have to do something with your time, and it's creating a new wonderful job. And it might be like an actual career or a job. It might be that you will have another mission, like another spiritual mission. It might also come some kind of leisure activity or something that you will put more effort into, that will make you more happy. You see a lot of eyes here. So it's about being aware. What do you really want? What do you like? How, in what situation do you see yourself most happy? That's not with this person, because you might find that the solution, if they only would change, life would be nice, but that's not true. You need to change too. You need to learn to love yourself instead of giving all your energy away to other people. I am totally open and let's see here. Recitive. I don't know, to a wonderful new position, using my creative talents and abilities, working for and with people I love in wonderful location, and earning good money. Sorry, it's a little bit hard with the beautiful printing here. Position, receptive to wonderful new position. So you need to focus on your own future, like your personal future outside this relationship. What can you create for yourself that will make your life more stable and more happy, more worth living? And that should be your focus right now, not this relationship. So start to think about yourself, and I will probably read for you next time. Okay. I would urge you to watch the reading Their True Thoughts and Feelings in their True Thoughts and Feelings playlist. That will probably tell you more about this story. Or you can watch the reading What Do They Want to Have Happen Between You Two for your sign.
Jet planes in the night sky with you.
Today, if you can't get enough of my readings on YouTube, you can now become a member to my channel and get access to premium content videos. There are 3 different levels to choose from. You can become a supportive member and get personal and spiritual growth readings for the collective.
Getting high in the sunrise with you.
The second option is to become an extended member, where you get access to the collective readings from the previous level, and you will also be able to see all the channel's astrological tarot readings for all the signs ahead of time and ads free.
Getting through all the bad times with you. I wasn't missing a thing, no I do. And I wish that I could build eternity.
The third option is to become a full member, where you get access to all the perks from the previous levels. And on top of that, you will get short personal readings from me every week. It is very similar to super chat readings, but here you subscribe instead of paying for super chats.
'Cause time moves on, and now you're gone. Oh, if only I could build a time machine, I'd come and get you.
There is a lot of other perks that's available for all levels, as membership loyalty badges, custom emojis, and other special features.
I'd come and get you. I can't forget you. I miss you, I miss you, I miss you all the time. I wish that.
If you subscribe to my channel, you will be able to see the join button where you can learn more about the membership. You can also follow the link in the description box to check this out. And if you're still not convinced that this is a good option for you, you can become a member just to support my channel and help me keep on doing readings for all the astrological signs. I hope you will join and we will have so much fun together. Thank you for watching this far. I'm sending you all my love and all my gratitude.